Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to do a complete SR redraw. There's no need to do a recap for this week because of how quiet the July month was, which is pretty expected for July. I mean, I've been saying it for like 2 months now that July was going to be quiet. Expect the same next month, by the way, in August. That's going to be quiet as well. So there's not much to elaborate further on that. So let's get to it. All right, so here we are. These are the pairs that I posted. One of them is close to triggering for a potential CR, what could be a BO, but it depends. It could also gap opening up. Depends what happens over the weekend, so there's not much point in speculating over that. This other setup is no longer valid. So let's get on to repaint, because there has been some revolts in the Discord. Open revolts. The Praetorian Guard failed. It was bad. Martial law. Look at that. This is closed. Right. That's a gap though. Using gap as an area for ranging is not too great. This needs to be readjusted. Pumped up here. Did anyone catch that BO? I don't know if I saw it mentioned. Let's buy. What's this? It's probably NASDAQ. No, just see. I'm mentioning it. So this is a tricky one. But this level's already been used here. Let me think. Just gotta go with nothing. Just gotta let it develop. Remember, never force SRAS. They're there or they're not. Like, someone home? No? Yes? Since this is closed, this is valid range now. And this might be a BO. Shit, I'm doing a market scan while repainting. This is looking like shit. Is there any? Yeah, there's a denominator for this one right here, over here. But no lower levels. In the summer months, the market starts to kind of just glide. And when it glides, like congestion wise, it becomes harder to paint because we don't have these clean ranges like these as much. But they're either too big or too small or too directional. Although I am not down for this month here. I made the smaller presentation. I'm up 4.64% for this month. Since it's like ATH, you have to go back to the 90s. You can't use a single touch on that one. Just keep in mind that it's not the best. Which means a BO is doable easily. This looks messy. Yeah, whatever. This could be interesting. Yeah, bottom out zone. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the interesting setups. This is a continuation, could be on that lower chart. Yeah, it is. My oh my. This is another one of those. No, it's not. We got the touch with the wick though. Not the strongest again, but it's fine. Don't like how this looks. This is newer though, so can't really look to the past like that. Look at it like this. You're not supposed to, but if you imagine it's like this. Because newer info is always the proto canon for it. Always. Oil's going back up. That's interesting. You can prepare a big play here if you want to go short, but it's going to have to be a big play. But you can do a really good trade on that. I mean, what I mean by that is, so you could go short like this. If you don't think it's going to go to like 95 a barrel, let's say that. Right now it's kind of iffy though. I'd watch out for things a bit first. So let's go 95. Just making an example here. 95. Sorry, that's profit. Sorry. You don't think it's gonna go to 95 barrel, and then you can put your TP really long, like that, or it's definitely gonna pass pretty low levels. But that's a good point to have. You can make these good long-term trades on oil right now. The higher it goes, the better they are as well. If it was at like crazy shit 120, yeah, that would be good. Because what are the chances that it's gonna keep climbing? Market demand always creates new supply. That's the thing with the markets. For example, when the strait was completely closed, they found alternative routes. They started going up through Iraq, through Turkey, that kind of stuff. Saudi Arabia used the other sea, I forgot what it's called. With the Houthis on that side. And you had another route going through Iran up into China. You also had the UAE leaving OPEC to produce as much as they want. So supply is not static. Keep that in mind. When there's a shortage of something, it becomes more attractive to sell as well. It's not just supply and demand. They're both dynamic moving parts. Which is why you'll never see some Armageddon type oil prices, because it's not possible. It will be too profitable, and society can't function that way. In Armageddon, I mean like $200 barrels. I remember some experts were talking about that $200 barrels. It was on Bloomberg. Some guy said it was gonna go up to 200. I hope he fucking bought options and lost money. What a goof, bro. Some ATH shit. This is mooning because of oil. It's a new higher level here. Or even higher here. Because this is close, so I mean, ATH. You can level on ATH with a single touch. It's fine. We have a range right below it. I'm interested about gold now. What happened with gold? Did gold finally... A little bit. It's not showing any strength in its movement. No trend reversal yet. It's incredible how overbought gold was. I'm amazed. That's fucking insane. I remember at the peak, Peter Schiff was out there yapping and shit. He even went on Tucker fucking Carlson talking about how it was gonna go to 10,000. But he's been saying that forever. If you don't know who Peter Schiff is, some fucking Jew that sells gold. He always has. I remember watching his videos in like 2016. He's like a billionaire and he still like has ads for in his videos, like not YouTube ads, but like sponsors like NordVPN and stuff. Strange. It's just like his talk show. So, or it's not a talk show, it's just him talking about gold for an hour and how a recession is coming. All right, so these setups are marked here. This looks like a 12-hour or an 8-hour continuation for the downtrend right here. Could continue this potential setup here on the 1 day. Sorry, let's look at the 12-hour. Yeah, CR might have formed. I'd be careful with the higher levels, but you could be seeing a BO as well on the lower time frame, continuing down because of the strength of this and the early rejection. Not that far down though. Don't make like huge trades, especially with the BOs. Here, a CR looks up aligned pretty nicely. On the 1 day, just a classic standard ass CR that you'd want to enter on this one. And here we're looking for the same kind of range and looking at both potentials for this one. Either BO or CR, or it does nothing. It doesn't hit what we need it to hit. So we'll see what happens and how it turns out. And now we've got all repainted, so we're ready for the next trading session. Thank you guys for watching, and bye-bye.